The Prime Minister has dismissed Labor's claims he's deliberately delaying calling the election to continue accessing taxpayer funds for political advertising. Scott Morrison is likely to wait another week before calling the election, opening up May the 18th as the probable polling day. Political reporter Stephanie Dalzell joins us now from Parliament House. And Steph, when can we expect to be casting our votes?
That's a very good question. There's still a lot of speculation here at Parliament around when Australians will be heading to the polls. Now, the ABC understands that the Prime Minister will not be going to the Governor-General today to call the election. So if it's not called tomorrow, that effectively rules out May the 11th as a possible election date, because there needs to be 33 days between when the election is called and when the election is held. So that leaves us with May the 18th and May the 25th, although the Australian Electoral Commission has said that the later date would make life a little bit more difficult for them, even though it's possible, because they'd have to count all the votes and return them before the deadline. Now, Labor has accused the government of deliberately dragging its feet and delaying calling the election so it can continue to access taxpayer funds for its advertising campaign. So the way it works is that once an election is called, the government goes into caretaker mode, and then it can't make any major decisions without opposition approval. Take a listen to what the opposition leader Bill Shorten had to say earlier.
I'm also not going to take lectures from the Labor Party that completely defied every single convention that has been known to Australian elections when they ran taxpayer-funded ads during the 2013 caretaker period.
This government wants to spend tens of millions of dollars on TV advertising to pump up their own tyres. That's why they're buying time, so they can spend some more of Australians' money to pump up their own tyres. If they've got some spare money in Treasury, they should be spending it on services for kids with cancer.
Now, Steph, even without that all-important date fixed as yet, the campaign pitches seem to have begun. What are the main messages we're hearing so far?
Yes, the election campaign isn't officially underway, but it's definitely unofficially underway. The government last week delivered its budget with a projected surplus for next financial year, and it's really used that to hammer home the message that Australians will be better and the economy will be better under a coalition government. Labor used its budget reply to really set the scene for an election fight over healthcare and tax cuts. It matched the government's tax cut promises for low and middle income earners and went further for income earners earning less than $48,000 a year, saying they'll be better off under a Labor government. It also unveiled its $2.3 billion Medicare cancer promise, effectively promising to slash out-of-pocket costs for cancer patients. So the battle lines have been drawn, and we're just poised and ready to go, waiting for the election to officially be called.
Indeed we will. Our political reporter Stephanie Dalzell from Parliament House in Canberra.